Right, so I am in Kiandra, and I am here to do a walk from Kiandra to Kosciuszko on the AAWT. I was meant to do this trail at Christmas time, but I injured my Achilles. So I'm here now in April, and the weather is looking very ordinary today. It's super windy, but at least there's huts on this walk. So I'm walking for 6 days, and today will be the worst of the weather, but it looks very dramatic, and yeah, at least there'll be shelter at the end of the day. So let's see how it all goes. So it's been super windy, but the good thing about that is that, you know, it's blowing the clouds over. So I had a bit of sunlight there. Not sure if it will be a permanent change, but yeah, we'll see. So far so good. Reminds me a lot of when I did the overland. The first day was super cloudy like this. So yeah, I'm unfazed and kind of excited. Okay, so I'm now on the spur trail to 4 Mile Hut. Now, 4 Mile Hut was destroyed in the 2025s, but it's recently been rebuilt, so I thought it'd be a spot for me to stop, have a lunch break, and yeah, check out the rebuild. Okay, so I've made it to Broken Dam Hut, which is going to be my campsite for the night. I was considering maybe going a little bit further down the track, but with the weather being a bit up and down, I thought, well, look, it's better to finish at a hut. If the weather's really bad, I can use this as an emergency shelter, and if not, I'll just camp out here. So yeah, happy to be here. It's only 2:45, so I've got the rest of the afternoon and evening here to just chill out and enjoy. And I was really glad to find that there is a toilet here. So in the Chapman guidebook, it doesn't mention a toilet here, and I was thinking, well, I know what to do. If I have to, I'll dig a hole, but yeah, I'm not going to have to do that, which is great because I don't really enjoy doing it. So pretty happy, and yeah, going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon and evening here. So it's the end of day one of Kiandra and Mount Kosciuszko, and that was a pretty good day. I mean, the weather being a bit crap at the start, or at least low visibility, made it really interesting because I think it's a lot of burnt forest in this section, and the clouds actually made it more spooky and interesting. Like I sent a bit of a video to some friends, and they said it looked like like an English or a Scottish moor, and I think that's rather apt. So I quite liked the day. I mean, it's not the most thrilling kind of hiking, but it was very enjoyable, and the skies here are just amazing. Like whenever the clouds have parted, or even just when it has been cloudy, I've really enjoyed that. And the fact that I've got a hut like this at the end of the day, yeah, definitely makes a day like this, which was windy and could have been miserable, just that bit more enjoyable. So yeah, good first day. I'm looking forward to the next few days. Particularly, I think this is going to be a lot of it is going to be about how fantastic these old heritage huts are. Tomorrow I've got a longest stretch to the next hut because the ones in between have been burnt down. I'm going to also have to fill up because the water source here, which is supposed to just be like a few hundred meters up the trail, was dry. So I'm going to definitely run out of water today, and we'll have to fill up. So that's definitely a lesson I've learned with this one from today. I probably should have filled up at one of the other creek crossings, but yeah, definitely will learn from this and make sure that if there's a creek, fill up. I've made fire! Okay, so it is the morning of day 2 of my Kiandra to Kosciuszko walk. Last night, someone actually did come in at 10 p.m. I had fallen asleep by about 9. I thought I'd heard some noises, but I just thought, just my imagination and being by myself. But no, someone actually did show up last night. They were doing big Ks because they're trying to get to Kosciuszko fairly quickly before the weather turns, which it will do later in this week. Overnight the winds have died down a lot, and I think today, forecast wise, touch wood, should be better than yesterday, but we'll actually see, because yesterday wasn't as bad as the forecast said it would be. So I could have a better forecast and have worse weather, so we'll see. So there's a little bit of a problem today, which is that the water source, which was just supposed to be here, had dried up. So I only have maybe half a liter of water, and that has to last me until the next water pickup point, which is in about 6 hours time, and that's 6 hours in John Chapman time. So that doesn't fill me with confidence that I'll get there in that time. So yeah, I mean, I think today it's a long distance to the next hut, but I think the walking will be pretty enjoyable. we'll you know, hopefully get there in good time, and yeah, hopefully not dehydrate too much by the time I get to the water source. Finally off the spur from Broken Dam and back onto the main trail, so the 6-hour count really should start from here. I recall when I was at that junction yesterday seeing a mountain, but I see nothing. So I'm really glad that I did get some visibility, because I got to see Tabletop Mountain, which was, well, is just there, but definitely can't see it right now. And given it's not so windy, I think the cloud's going to hang around a bit more today than it has had yesterday. So I'm at what's known as the dip. Now I wonder, why is it called the dip? But now I see it, it makes so much sense. It just goes down and then up. So I've passed the turnoff to Happy's Hut Trail, which is a bit of a long spur that takes you to the site where the Happy's Hut used to be. They are going to rebuild it, but it's not currently rebuilt. So I'm continuing along the trail, and got about 4 Ks until I reach the next landmark, and then a little bit after that is the water crossing, where I'll be able to refill. So yeah, very much looking forward to refilling and drinking some water, because I'm starting to get a bit thirsty now. This road sucks! Very glad to have found this spot. So it turns out I didn't need to go off track to get some water. It was right on the trail. Oh well. So I've made it to Happy Jack's Road. This has been the major landmark for the day. From here it's only 3 hours more until I get to Mackays Hut. So I'm gonna have lunch, have a break, have water now, so I'm happy, and then press on. It was a bit of a steep slog up the hill from the creek. It's flattened out now, and the upside of the climb was that I was able to have a phone call with Alyssa. Now, when I'd spoken to Kevin about phone reception, he said probably wasn't going to get anything after Toll Bar Road, that really boring road section, but just for that minuscule moment on the climb, had some reception, so that was good. Okay, so now I think it's relatively even going, maybe a little bit undulating. It is Chapman after all. And I'll be at Mackays, so looking forward to it. I'm approaching Mackays, sometimes called Mackay, sometimes called Mackays, I don't know, Mackays Hut. And I have to say, after a long day like that, I have not been so excited to see a hut in a very long time. Okay, so day 2 was a long day. Now, obviously, when I've been doing like long sections of the Bibbulmun, those kind of Ks are fairly normal, but I haven't done those sort of Ks for a long time. Probably more hard Ks, but not as long as that. And that definitely takes it out of you, that kind of length, because I think challenging trails, they can be sort of more physically demanding, whereas this was just very mentally demanding, just to have to keep going when I just really didn't want to. That being said, I think the first part of the day was a bit okay, but the second part, where we've come into more open plains, was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And coming here to Mackays, it's really lovely to see what we would have seen along this trail before the fires, which is mature snow gums. So good second day. I think that the long stretch between huts was a little mentally challenging for me, at least. But yeah, it was a scenic second half that I really appreciated. So in that regards, good day.